In this video, we'll go through the configuration settings for UniPrint Client 5.2. To access the configuration settings, right-click the UniPrint icon in the notification area, and then click Options. If you want to skip having to select a printer and have UniPrint print directly to your default printer, select Print directly to my default printer. To find out which printer has been set as your default printer, open the control panel and click View Devices and Printers. I have devices and printers already open. The green check mark indicates the printer that has been designated as your default printer. If you want to be able to set printer properties such as the number of copies or page orientation on your default printer, select Display Printer Properties before printing. This will bring up printing preferences for your default printer. And you can then set, for example, the number of copies to be printed. Let's close the default printer's printing preferences. If you want to print to a different printer other than your default printer, select Let me choose a printer every time I print. This brings up an extra dialog box and prompts you to select a printer. So if someone is printing off a large document at your default printer, you can always select a different printer and collect your document right away instead of having to wait. Let's minimize devices and printers. Previewing your document before you print is always a good idea and could help reduce paper waste. Select Enable Document Preview. The default is to preview your document with the UniPrint Viewer, but if you want to use a different previewer such as Adobe Reader, then select Preview with PDF Viewer specified below. You'll then have to point UniPrint Client to that application's executable file. Click Browse. Click to select the executable file, and then click Open. If you already have a default program set up to automatically open PDF files, or if you want to use the Reader Metro app in Windows 8, then select Preview with the default application I open PDF files with. For those who are not familiar with Windows 8, this is the Reader Metro app, and to check which program is set as your default PDF viewer, click Default Programs or click the down arrow and then click Default Programs. And then click Set your default programs. The Reader Metro app is down here. Let's close Set Default Programs. But I prefer using the UniPrint Viewer since I can merge multiple documents into one PDF file, email, and save printed documents all in one program. So select Preview with UniPrint. By default, UniPrint Client is set to run when the computer is powered on. If this is disabled, then you'll have to manually start UniPrint Client each time you log into your application server. Now let's click the Notifications tab. In the Notifications tab, you can enable error logging. If you are experiencing issues with UniPrint Client, your network administrator may ask you to enable logging with the appropriate log level. For demonstration purposes, let's enable logging. And make it verbose so that we can log everything. You can also enable tray notifications, which are displayed in the lower right corner. Tray notifications advise you of the status of your print jobs. Let's also enable tray notifications. If you choose to preview your document with UniPrint Viewer, you can also select how UniPrint Viewer will launch. You can have it open on top of all your windows and stay on top, or you can open it in the background. This setting really depends on how you like to work. I prefer to have UniPrint Viewer open on top and stay on top, so select Pop to the front and stay on top. UniPrint Client options and the tray notifications can also be displayed in French. Click the Display tab. From here you can select either French or English. Let's keep English as our preferred language. Click Apply to save all of your configuration settings. And then click OK. The next time you log on to your application server, these settings will take effect. Thank you for watching this short video. If you have any issues with UniPrint Client, feel free to browse our online forums or contact us at support@uniprint.net.